Want to make sure you can hear me just fine. Want to make sure you can hear me. There we go. Just fine. So I want to. I'm. Honestly, I really, I really meant to do this earlier before it got too late. It was heavy on my conscience to tell y'all this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why, but it used to be a. It used to. I'm not talking to a group of y'all. I'm not talking to hey you guys and all that. I'm talking to you, like just straight up. I'm talking to you straight up. It used to be a time to where I had no clue what a trust was. Like I didn't, I did, I didn't understand trust. Like somebody saying that, oh, you can put an asset in a trust, or you want to put your house in a trust, you want to put your car in a trust, like trust. Like I couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't grasp the concept of having a trust. And everywhere that I read, everything that I did, I was trying to just still just like wrap my head around it. Like I couldn't wrap my head around a trust because I was a street ninja. Like I didn't know nothing about trust. I didn't know anything about that. This is about this now mind you, I'm talking about something that's like 18 years ago, 17 years ago. And I had started uh, um, an admission station like way back, and when I started it, only thing people used to be screaming to me is, "Oh yeah, you need to get your LLC, yeah, so you can, you look good on paper. You get your and which I did. I got LLC. I got an LLC that was started in 2012. 2012, LLC started, so that means that the LLC is 14 years old now. But the difference between a LLC and a trust that I found out that can't nobody own a trust. You can still have a LLC and you can be a beneficiary of somebody else's trust. Like if I was to go and sign up and get services in the LLC name, I would still be the beneficiary of their trust. So when I found that out, it appears to me to seem like the trust is like the one I'll say all, but still, I still didn't understand it. Like I still didn't like grasp my mind around what the f is a trust. People talking about you can put your assets in it like a trust. People would talk about trust back then, like people would talk about you can put your title in your name type. You know what I mean? Like you can put like a trust was an actual uh, place where you can go and put things in it. Like it was an actual place where you can actually go and put things in it. And when I realized the place where they was talking about I can actually go and put things in it was a state of mind to where you put things into your thoughts and put things into uh, your heaven because they say heaven is a state of mind. Like it's not a physical place. It's a state of mind. So that also made me think about okay, in God we trust. Okay, so that means that if I'm made in man in God image, and I have God likeness, that means that I'm a God. I'm just not your God. I'm a God in my own way. But I still give all the power within me to the ultimate source, which is Yahuwah. And my mind, it slowly started to understand about a trust. Because like I said, like people actually made trust like this right here. It was a it was a it was a physical place, and they say you can go and put things in it. Okay, you want to go and put things in it. It was an item to where you can just go and put things in it. And I didn't understand what that meant. Like, what you mean? I can go and get a piece of paper and put my assets in the trust until I understood about transferring. And when I bought my first car, it was a '89 Blazer, and I got it from. Matter of fact, I bought it from my mom. My mama sold it to me. My mama sold it to me for $800. I never forget. I was going to Georgia Medical, and I was going to Georgia Medical. I was 19 at the time, and I had my Blazer, and I had just moved out. She just put me out. She was like, "You ain't finna be coming to the house late, da da da. Give me the truck back." I'm like, "You ain't finna take my truck. I just paid you for this truck. This is mine. It's, it's over with. You think you finna get this truck? I go and sleep in this truck before I get it to you." And you know what happened? Slept in the truck. I went to Bankhead. It was a pilot on Bankhead to where I went and took baths, took a shower every day for 3 weeks. And they used to have this company back then. Um, it, it's not such a it's y'all got way more options now, but they used to have this company back then called Pro Move. And what Pro Move did is Pro Move, mind you, I was still 19, 18 years old. So what Pro Move did is they allow you to get an apartment and connect all the utilities. So I'm like, man, this is perfect because I don't really too much know about. I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't know about really paying bills and paying rent and who I need to call to connect the utilities. I ain't know about connecting cable, gas, and electric. Only thing I heard was just make sure it's all electric, and then make sure it's all inclusive with the utilities included. That's all I knew. So I got my I'm grown. I feel like I'm grown now. Haven't reached 21. Uh, I haven't had my first child yet. I was just now having my first child. Um, in at 21, and by me having that blazer, someone came to me and was like, "Shit, young blood, you you really want to live like a boss? If I was you, I put that truck in a trust." I'm like, man, this old lad. Try ain't think about putting no trust in no truck. That's the first time I ever heard about a trust, and I'm thinking that old school was talking about an actual item to where I can go and put. And if I maybe somebody might call me slow for thinking that, but I'm 20 at the time. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what a trust is. I honestly didn't have no clue what it was. So it wasn't until time had passed, opened up my first business, and it flopped. It was called exclusive trucking. It flopped. I went and got two loans. Well, I got a loan to buy a box truck, and FedEx had this certain division with them called FedEx Custom Critical. And with FedEx Custom Critical, you had to be there in a certain amount of time to get the load. End up being greedy. I bought two trucks. The guy sold me a truck with a blow head gasket. So I'm like, damn, what now? What? How I'm gonna really handle this? Because I'm just now trying to venture out and like be on my own, and all this is happening. Like I'm still 22 now. This is like in years. I'm hopping over months, but I'm just telling you how it went. And that business flopped because I had one truck that I was using to pay for the entire business. So I had to pay for this loan for one truck, and I had to pay for the other loan. Well, I had to pay for the other truck because I was getting sponsored. So what FedEx would do is they will pay you monthly to put their logo on your truck, and then they'll pay you if you bring on a bonus if you bring on a team driver. And then they'll pay you monthly for you having the Qualcomm system put in the truck. Those who drive trucks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that business flopped. I got another truck. Well, I started another business. It was an emission business. And that's when things really went from like, you know how what happened with Ace on Paid in Full? My life went from Ace to Paid in Full, from like just exactly. Like it was day and night. It was like I was an overnight sensation. Shot past all my friends, everybody who I knew, everybody who was close to me. I was able to put people on that was close to me. You know, coming from being in the street, I was actually able to provide a way for people that was close to me that had never seen the type of income that they was making. And the thing that I learned from it was all of the funds that was made, it was nothing that was being set up for today. And the only thing that I can say that was set up for today back then was the houses. Like people who've been following me for a long time, y'all, they know I used to be a big advocate for going to the Fulton County tax sale and buying homes. Like I was doing it faithfully. Like this is back in 2014, 13. I was doing it. I sometimes I might post a little video here and there, and y'all can see that like I'm super slimmer, and I didn't really have I ain't have no hair on my face. I was 24. I looked like I was like 15 years old. I didn't start growing hair on my face until I was like 28, unfortunately. But now I understand commerce. I understand making money. I'm buying houses, tax liens, even though they brand down pieces of crap, they tax liens. And I got into that by a guy named John Honsucker. He used to work for Fulton County tax assessors. And he was like, man, if you got some money laying around, if I were you, I'd buy some tax liens and wrap them up and put them in a trust. And that's the second time somebody mentioned trust to me. And I didn't ask, it was my pride. And I didn't even ask him what trust meant. Still had no clue. But my pride put me in a state of mind to where I didn't even ask what was a trust because I wanted to appear to be up here when I was really here, and me accepting that I'm here. That way I can gravitate towards people that was here that can help me along the way and willing to pay whatever to get me here. But I was faking it until I understood it down here. Second time I heard about trust. Now I'm about all the properties you can get. I don't lost properties. Fast forward 2000 and fast forward That was 2012. Fast forward 5 years later, I moved to Miami, and um, I stayed in this condo in Miami, and it was a guy named Bruce. He was from Ireland. He had a yacht that sat on the dock. He had a yacht that sat on the dock, and his yacht was always gone. His yacht was always it was always on the move. And by that time, I didn't know nothing about the yachting business. I didn't know about people. I knew about it, but I didn't know to the extent of how much money you could actually make. So I talked to Bruce, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey man, how much? I see your boat going all the time, man. You doing a lot of riding. Like I like boating because I'd be at Lake Lanier riding boats or whatever since I was like 14, 15. Mind you, I was making money, so I had toys. So he told me, he said, yeah, every time you see that boat going, that boat don't move unless it's $7,500 being made. Is if you see it gone all day, it's 12,000. So I'm like, what? People is booking this boat. And when I tell you the boat was gone every day, it was gone every day. So I'm not one to count somebody's pockets, but if I was to calculate on the low end, if his boat is gone every day, it's $7,000, 7,500. But I'm just gonna say paying his stewardess, paying your first mate, your captain or whatever. We're gonna say 7, 7, 14, 21. I mean, he was making $21,000 a month just having the boat. And I asked him, I was like, man, so how did you start? How did you get into to having a boat? Like, how did you get the money to get a boat? He pointed to an old Sea Ray. He was like, well, that was my first boat, and I had it in a trust, and I was able to use private placement to finance this boat that you see. And I'm like, okay, so now he's talking about banking in a way that I never heard before. I never heard about private placement. I never heard about um SLO SLOCs. SBLOC. I'm sorry. And I never heard about these before. I never heard that before. Like I never heard about someone. I never been close enough. Mind you, I'm from the Bluff, 617 Griffin Street. I grew up on 456 Newport Street. I bought my mom a house on 617 Griffin Street. I grew up in the house in the Bluff on 459 Newport Street. So my my background is I'm from around the way, so like everything that I knew about was to get like a business. Like, all right, you over here, you want to start you a small little business and you work your way up from there. You want to buy houses. So now, you know, it came to a point to where me and this other guy named Rick, me and him was I own he owned half of the Bluff and I own about 30 houses in the Bluff. So I'm like, damn, well, can I liquidate some of these houses that I own in the Bluff? And because I went back to go and buy them, I went back to my old neighborhood to try to go and improve it. So I'm like, okay, he said something about private placement. And he said that he was able to have them pull from his trust. The third time I heard about a trust. Third time is a charm. So I went to start looking and digging into a trust. But then again, I'm staying in Miami. We stay in the same condominium building. I got my boat in the back. I got my I-8 parked downstairs just next to the Ferraris and the other BMWs. Like I'm popping too, you know, pride. I'm popping too, which I came to find out that I'm barely eating crumbs off the plate of what they're doing because I'm killing myself. Like I'm coming out of pocket to pay for this lifestyle. Every bit of 15,000 a month. It's 3,500 just to keep my boat at the dock. It's $125 per week to get somebody to come and clean the barnacles off the bottom of it. It costs another $300 a month just to keep it sprayed, and another $3,000 every 2 months for the buff. So it's really hit. I didn't know it, but it was really hitting my pockets. That's not even how much the condo costs. That's not how much for monthly valet service. That's not this. That's not for the condominium fees. It's not me having to eat. It's not me still being a dad. It's not me still paying for my mom. I'm funding this out of pocket. So I started digging into trust. What is a trust? How does it move? Like, what can I do with it? What can I? How can I move with it? How can I move like they're moving with it? Because a wise person told me, they said, don't try to reinvent any wheel. Just learn, and then you just take your own direction. Because at the end of the day, we all trying to get to the same place. We just coming from different directions. Everybody feel like they want to have this so-called good life or financial freedom that everyone is reaching for. But this this shirt right here is gonna be here when I'm dead and gone. This right here may be here when I'm dead and gone. This shirt might get all my clothes might go to the Goodwill. This may go to the Goodwill. What I'm saying is this material stuff is gonna be here. It's not going anywhere. But you are. I am. I'm not gonna be here forever. So the best thing that I can possibly do is make other people's lives better while I'm here. Because I just had a I want to say a premonition, a vision of me actually helping people because I never told anybody what I did. Never wanted to. I felt like didn't nobody hand me nothing to teach me. I had to go through life hearing about something and for me to actually go and start digging into it. Yeah, I dabbed into it and started reading about a trust, but it started talking about grantor and trustee and giving the power over consideration and this. I didn't understand any of that ish, any of it, because my mind only thought about trust as a cash cow. So God, Yahuwah didn't let me understand it at that time. He didn't allow me to understand what it means to have a trust at that time because I wasn't mentally ready for it. I wasn't financially frustrated, but I was greedy. I had greed, but I also had wore my heart on my sleeve. Anybody who I've ever been in contact with, they can honestly say that I have did nothing but giving them whatever I had or shown them the amount of respect that they have never received from anybody. So I went back to Bruce and told him, "Hey man, I found something about that trust that you told me about that you got this boat in. Can you talk to me about it?" He was like, "Oh yeah, what did you find?" He said, "What did you find?" And I was like, "Man, I found out that I can run the trust like, but I can be like the owner. It's like I'm acting like I'm my own like trustee." And at the time, I didn't know I can be the grantor and the trustee. I was just reading like the definition. I didn't under the definition don't explicitly point out that I can be the grantor and the trustee at the same time. It didn't. If it did, it didn't jump out to me like that. So he told me, um, he said, when you figure this out, he said you'll never have to work again. So I'm all ears. I'm like, oh, okay. I say, all right, it sounds good. And he was like, when you figure out that it's many rooms in our Father's mansion and many people wishing for success, and they're not counting how many losses it actually took for them to reach the success. It was more losses than wins. I'm like, all right, here you go with this philosophy shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Like, man, how you do it? Like, what's going on with it? How did you get this to buy that? He said when you figure that out, then you'll be ready to know. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to do it. And I didn't say this, but my mind, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to do all this wizard ish. I'm not trying to be all this philosophy. Man, tell me what the move is, or either move on so I can go and find out. So I started reading up on how trusts are funded. When I read up on how trusts are funded and what it means to have an asset in a trust, it was like this, literally, like this, because I then knew what everybody was talking about, even old school, back when I had that 89 Blazer, even old school. So now it made me think that, wow, well, he probably was a angel that was talking to me or traveled back in time to come and tell me something. And even John Hunsucker, he probably was another angel that was on along the way that was trying to tell me something. When I'm telling you all about my life and I'm telling you what I have to offer, I'm telling you what I can and what I can't do for you. I cannot recreate my experience for you. I can only teach you and show you and help you understand what it is and how I understand trust. And I have a very unique style of showing people that, but it's just me though. It's not nothing that I'm being outside of anything. It's just me. It's just me. And I feel like my trust that I have it is so valuable that someone can stack up $50 a month to get this trust. It's not the value that's because it's overvalued of 200 bucks. It's really valued, honestly, value around 5,000, $3,500. Just to keep it 100 with y'all. I'm being completely transparent. The the thing is that it's set up solely for trust protection and asset holding. It's solely written out for that. It's not no 100-page trust. It's not talking about all this sovereign this and sovereign citizen that. It's not focusing on the oppressors, on what was took from us, and banks don't care about your trust. They only care that you have your certificate of trust, your indenture of trustee, and your CP 575 notice. If you don't know what a CP 575 notice is, that's a SS4 form. That's all they care about. You go and open up your bank account. the bank account automatically becomes a non-interest bearing account. Now, understand that you don't know what that means, but I do. I understand fully what that means. And when people get to the phases in the course, in the class, and the thing is that I tell people just start, just start. That's all you got to do is just start. Start somewhere. You don't have to just I want to know this, I want to know this, but it's not going to benefit you if you are on the call with me and like, okay, Rain, what is line A? Okay, what do I need to put for line 13? What is barter? What does that mean? I'm not going to be here forever. You're not going to be here forever. But your kids and your family is going to be here forever. But I don't know your family. I don't know your kids. I know you. Just you. I just know you. So why not learn something from me of substance? And that way you can go home and then take it and multiply what you have learned. What's the harm in that? Anything outside of that, if you're trying to gain anything other than knowledge, you're selfish and it's not going to stick with you. I wouldn't dare tell you how to properly fund your trust because you're going to run rapid. I can tell everybody right now who got my revocable trust how to get $5 or $10 million tomorrow. I put this on my soul. Tomorrow. Not not I hope it worked. Not no credit. Not no none of this. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. But the thing is that if I don't see progression and you're actually learning, and I don't see that you are actually trying to learn outside of Reem, hey, help this, and you're not actually studying. I called a lot of people in the Republic, and I called and I asked, um, have you read the whole trust? Man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I ain't read it, man. I just went in and just seen why I had it lined up at and that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, man. Keep going. Keep going. You got it. Keep going. Didn't even say. Don't even say nothing. Hey, how far you got? Oh, I'm on phase two. It's going. Okay. Okay. Oh man, it was hard doing the trademark, wasn't it? Oh, ain't nobody called me from the UTSPO. I said no, it wasn't. I said, uh, when you got your appointment set up with USTPO, huh? Yeah, when you got your appointment set up. You said you phase two, right? When you got your appointment set up with trademark. Oh man, I ain't. Oh, yo, when you get around to it, it's all good, man. You got it. You keep going. You got it. So I'm not finna be this type of coach to where, oh, you finna get out here, you finna do it, you gonna do it right. I'm not that. I'm not animated enough. I ain't him. I ain't him. I don't do all that. I'm not finna want it more for you than you want it for yourself. I'm not the person that is walking inside the institution with my ID. You are, not me. So I say that to say on the revocable trust master files, read it, understand it. I'm here for those who really want to learn. Like you get to the end of this, it's not a situation to where you just have, a couple hundred grand or whatever. If that's what you're looking for, then turn around. Leave me alone. Like don't even be in the republic. Because I'm not looking for that person. I'm not looking for someone who is showing me signs of the old me, showing me signs of greed and instant gratification and not able to look and see. So someone who is serious, I can instantly see someone who's playing games or at least try to play games. I got a zero tolerance for anybody who play games. Yeah, I can still kick it cool. You're not gonna know that I got a zero tolerance for it because I'ma still kick it like we still human. Your mistake is not my mistake. What you eat don't make me shit. It's you. But the ones who are very serious, I give them the extra attention. I give them the extra calls. I tell them to go to the depository and open this and get the 21 pieces of silver and get the gold and get the asset binding and being able to leverage a custodial. I talk to those people on the regular without the one-on-one because they don't need one-on-ones because they already understand. They're reading through the trust, and whatever you don't understand, it have to be a word. If you're not understanding it, it have to be a single word that is throwing off your entire sentence. Just go to Google and find out what that word means as it pertains to this instrument. Simple. Super simple. So I got a long week tomorrow. I just want to come on here and talk to you all for a second to tell you just to those who are locked in, stay locked in. Those who are, oh man, I don't know how long it's gonna take. Just start. It don't even have to be my trust. I don't care who trust you get. Just start. And that way you can change the trajectory for your family. You're not gonna always be here. Your kids are. Your sister, if you got a younger sister or brother, they are. You learn and you go and teach them. And then you know what's gonna happen? You instill in them integrity, and then they learn and then go teach their young and their peers. That way, everybody is winning, and it's a continued trickle effect. Because ultra high net worth individuals use the same thing throughout their family. Only thing you hear about is trust fund, baby, trust fund, baby, trust fund, baby, trust fund, baby. You think that you have to have months and months and months and months of wealth built up just so you can be a trust fund, baby? You can turn to a trust fund, baby, 30 days from today. 30 days from today, you can be a full out trust fund, baby. Wouldn't have to work no more. Straight up. Full out trust fund, baby. It's not no IUL. It's not no cash value. It's not an index. None of that. Full trust fund, baby. You wouldn't have to work. It's real. Just know that. But it takes for you to start. Not for somebody to, man, I'm gonna start next week, man. It don't take nobody. Oh man, yeah. When I learn a little bit about it, and it don't take that. It's some people make time for what they want to make time for, and some people don't make time for it because they haven't actually seen any benefit from it, and those who have it haven't seen any benefit from it because they haven't been digging or they haven't went through the phases. They're trying to. Everybody right now is so souped up and trying to discharge. Everybody's so souped up and trying to erase debt. And but for the thing that I'm talking about, it's a necessity that you have this. It's a necessity for. But I have people to get it early. Knock it out the way. Get it out the way. It take a month, 3 months, 4 months. Not sure. No more. But by the time that phase 5 is here, by the time you're ready to enter in that, now you're ready to do dynasty trust, ecclesiastical trust, international banking, Hague Convention banking, private placement banking. Now you're ready to really play for real. But it's a ladder. And you're not gonna learn overnight. I'm trying to teach or show, let people basically help you understand. I'm trying to put it in a way that can possibly make sense. I'm trying to help you understand words on the paper in my way, how I understand information. And just like the other day, I was on the live. I couldn't get out my my sentences to save my life. But I found out there was a lot of, I knew I wasn't tripping. It was a lot of run on sentences in that passage that we was reading from England the other day. But I say this, man. I hope y'all have a good weekend. You know, just think about it. Just think about everything that I shared with you tonight. I went down the semi timeline on the events that I feel that mattered the most, that kind of molded me to be sitting here right now. It kind of molded me. It taught me patience. It taught me to be humble. I can be a full. I used to be a real full out a hole when I first understood and first started moving in the trust. I used to be a full out a hole. Still got some of the old jury. Still got some of the cars lingering around. Still got all these little assets back from when I used to be a full out a hole. But now I have nothing but peace around me. Don't drink. I smoke vape. My girl don't drink. This is a God fearing house. I believe in God. She believe in God. Kids believe in God. It's great. And I'm trying to get you to a level to where you understand so you can have this type of peace. And if you already have this type of peace,